Okay, here we go. Final one. Shout it out on the count of three. Who on the KVJ show is the toughest to talk to? 1, 2, 3.
Kevin.
Definitely Kevin.
I couldn't even think of anybody else. I'm not going to lie here. That's definitely the case.
Kevin, Virginia, and Jason are live on 97.9 WRMF and the KVJ Show app.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning.
Kevin is the host.
And his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason. Talks like a spaz. And he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Yeah, baby, what's happening? Welcome to Wednesday. It is the KVJ show. How y'all doing today?
Good morning. We're doing good.
Good?
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Man, I'm doing great. Thank you, Virginia, for asking.
You look great.
Thank you. Yeah, I just have one of them days, man. Just one of them days.
Another one of them
Just kinda
days?
went. Every day's one of them days.
But it's working for you today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I just got it's the get up and go. I think with me and scheduling and everything, and a lot of people are probably like this. You're kind of like up doing stuff, and you're always trying to like buy and borrow time from here and there, and then you always do that kind of like shuffle. For me, it's like going, do I get up early and try to shower and like make myself presentable, or I just throw on a ball cap and go? And I said, you know what, ball cap and go kind of day.
I mean, for this crew, it's ball cap and go.
Ball cap and go, man.
You don't have any meetings today, do you?
No, I got nothing going on. Yeah.
You killed it in our meeting yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And then you went to the gym.
Everyone's talking about yesterd's meeting, how
I mean,
much he killed it.
If you could have seen him,
Oh, boy.
the man was on fire.
I was? Okay. I don't even think I remember.
That's how
it.
we try to get energy out of him now. We actually light him on fire. in
Okay, it
meetings.
works. It works. Well, we got some fun stuff going on here today on the KVJ show. So happy Wednesday. Glad you guys are all with us.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about today, Jay Bird?
I know this happens to me a lot, but I'm not sure if it does with you. Have you guys ever had a weird, intimate moment with a stranger you just meet and somehow just a weird circumstance happens? I was talking with one of this woman I know, and she was telling me how she was in a plane and they hit terrible turbulence, and she thought the plane was going down and it's shaking, and she was on the plane, by herself. She was sitting next to a gentleman she did not know, and she was so afraid because she's afraid of flying anyway, and plane's going crazy. And she said the gentleman next to her grabbed her hand because he knew she was scared and held her hand the entire time during the turbulence. And she said she'd never talked to him, never met him, but it was so comforting in the moment. And then when they got out of the turbulence, she said, thank you for doing that. And they didn't really talk after the plane ride. So it was this weird, intimate moment with the stranger. And I remember one time I had this woman come up to me, and she told me that I looked just like her son that had passed on, and she was crying, and she's holding on to my hand, and she asked me to pray with her, and then she walked away, and it was just like that, in and out.
Where were you?
I was at a bar/restaurant. She had walked up to me. And it was-
Really?
yeah.
Just out of nowhere, huh?
Yes, and it was a crazy, intimate stranger. Have you guys ever had a moment like that where someone
No.
walks in and then boom, like almost like the Twilight Zone?
Kevin doesn't like to be touched, so.
Yeah. No, I don't know of anything that jumps to mind.
I've had so many moments like that. I remember there was another time where I sliced my foot at Duke Boys Park showing off for these girls playing Frisbee when I was like 11 years old, and my brother went to go find my dad, and all of a sudden out of the blue, this cowboy guy appears, and he looks at me because I was crying because I was bleeding so hard. He goes, "Don't you cry." I said, "Boy, don't you cry." And I stopped crying because I was scared of the cowboy, and then I looked back and he was gone.
Bizarre.
Weird moments with strangers.
I think if your foot is sliced open and you're a child, you're allowed to cry.
Don't you cry.
Cowboy was kind of in the wrong.
I agree with you. Don't you cry, boy.
It's that tough logic.
Simmer down, cowboy. This
Yeah.
ain't the Wild West.
He called
Right.
me boy. I'm like, yes, sir.
I'm at the beach trying to get my fun on, and I just cut my foot open.
I said, boy.
I'm a kid. I'm allowed to cry.
It was like a movie. In my head, because I was so young, In my head, he always looked like he was dressed like Crocodile Dundee.
Okay. All right.
Fascinating.
What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I want to tell you about this fabulous thing I did last night. So, you know, Rocco was feeling a little under the weather, and I was like, oh, I almost wasn't able to go. But I texted your daughter, Caitlin.
Okay.
And I said, hey, is there any chance you can babysit Rocco for me? I have this little media dinner to go to.
Okay.
And she, like, in just a matter of hours, pulled it all together. She came over with Cannon and made a fun night of it for
that's
Rocco and
cool.
Matt. It was very nice of her to jump in last minute like that and help us. So I went to this dinner because I just had a feeling. I'm like, something great is going to happen at this dinner. I need to be at this
Really?
dinner.
Okay.
I didn't want to cancel, even though Rocco was sick. I'm like, sorry, Rocco, I'm going to this fancy dinner.
Okay.
I'm so glad I did.
Yeah.
It was the 12th anniversary dinner for this restaurant I love in Tequesta. Evo is the name of it.
Okay.
We go there a lot. I love it. And so the chef wanted to do this special thing where he was going to, for the 12th year anniversary, put 12 new items on the menu. It's kind of a big deal. It's a lot of items to add.
Okay.
But he wanted to invite some of his favorite people to come and try it. Well, I didn't know who was going to be there till I showed up. But when I showed up, I mean, I don't know if these names will mean anything to you. It was like Jan Norris, who's like the famous food writer from locally here.
Okay.
Liz from the Palm Beach Post was there.
Jan Norris. I don't know Jan, but I do know Chuck Norris.
Yes.
Like all these people locally that write for magazines, the people that put together Flavor Palm Beach, Carrie Shore, you know who she is. She writes a lot now. She was there. Like it was all these influential women that write about food.
Okay.
And do a lot of food
And this is just
stuff.
what you want to be. You
Oh,
want to
this
be an influential woman of food.
This is my dream.
Yeah.
So now I'm at this table and I'm like all excited and like everybody's like going around talking about like their favorite foods and it was just such
It's
a cool
just
thing.
your thing.
Such a cool thing and just my thing. All these women like movers and shakers.
Eating food and talking about food is just that's the way to do
And
it.
taking pictures of food. Like, it was
Yeah.
so cool to finally be in a room with everybody who does it how I do it. The food comes, you do not dig into your food. You get
Okay.
the perfect picture of your food. You talk about the presentation. You look at how it's laid out and the
Okay.
artistry of it. And, like, all these women were doing the same exact thing that I do
You were
every
with your
time.
people.
I was like, this is awesome. And then the chef would come in, Chef
Yeah.
Eric would like talk about each dish and the inspiration from like this is what his mother used to make him when he was a child. And I was just like,
Wow.
oh, this is so heavenly. I don't want it to end. It was so pleasant. And then the lady sitting next to me, Mary, she's a writer and she does a lot of stuff locally in magazines and stuff. She was talking about how she had lost her husband
Okay.
a couple of years ago. And I was like, Mary, will you come on my podcast? I have a Medium podcast. And she's like, yeah. I'm like,
Wow.
this is awesome.
Good heavens.
The stars aligned because I listened to that voice in my head and it was like, you have to go to this dinner tonight. You need to be there. Don't cancel. And so I
Okay.
didn't.
Yeah.
Even though Rocco was sick.
Right.
It was just beautiful.
That's always, I think, in life. You're always faced with these decisions and you're just like, okay, what is the right thing? And sometimes you just got to like calm your body and try to like listen.
Yes.
And sometimes the universe speaks to you.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
It's like that Jim Carrey movie, Yes Man. Just keep saying yes, and something magical will happen. So
Really?
whatever you guys asking me today, I'm going to say yes.
Will you punch yourself in the face?
Just did it.
Oh, gee.
There you go.
Stop.
Not twice.
Okay,
No, stop,
okay.
stop, stop.
I was just once. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun today. Chamber's Day of Yes.
Chamber's Day of why? Why would you punch yourself in the face 3 times?
It's a social experiment. Let's see if this yes thing really can bring out some magic.
Well, this is something I think, was it Shonda Rhimes had done this? She's the one who's written all those great shows on ABC. Where didn't she have a year? Was it a year of yes or a year of no? I can't remember.
I thought it was.
She was a year yes.
I've
Was
heard of-
it? I thought it was no.
Was it?
I'm wrong a lot.
I'm
though.
trying to remember what it is because I've seen people, and this is the thing about when you go for all this wisdom.
Yes.
You always see, and it always seems to be so contradictory because I can't remember. I think someone had a year of yes and someone else had a year of no.
Shonda. Yeah, Shonda had a year of yes.
Shonda
Okay.
was the year of yes.
Yes.
I thought you said you were doing the year of no, Kevin.
Maybe that was me. Yeah. I can't remember. Because I think, and here's the interesting thing, because I think what you're going to wind up with is a year of confusion. Because I think some things are definite yeses and some things are no. Because I went 1 year pretty much with a year of yes. And I said yes to some things that I was like, probably shouldn't have. And I was overspent, stressed out at the end of my rope and just about had a mental breakdown. And I realized year of yes is not the way to go, because that's what happens when you say yes to a lot of things. Being, hey, let's see what happens.
What about this?
Yeah.
Year of maybe. And you really
Well, then
absorb it
then you
and
have a year
think
of
about
indecision.
it. Well, you have to absorb it and think about it and really ponder if this is the right move for you. But you consider everything.
I'll only do it during the morning show, and it'll only be with you guys. But I'll say yes to whatever you guys say. Let's see if it brings some opportunities.
Because I know a lot of people are out there, and that's just it, is somebody comes up with whatever this blog-worthy guru wisdom is, and it's out there, everybody's like, oh, that's so wise. I'm going to do a year of yes.
So
And then
wisdom blog.
on trend.
And then 1 year later, you're me. I was 10 steps away from sleeping under a bridge. It just was about the end of my, I'm like, the year of yes is the worst idea ever. So I had a buddy of mine that told me something that I think is good advice. If it's not basically a bleep yeah, it's a no. So that is the way he's kind of running things. If something's like going, yes, absolutely. If you're like, okay. And then if that point, if it turns out to be a dud, then so be it. But if it doesn't just charge you up, because I think it's when we make those lukewarm commitments, and I'm kind of just coming off one myself, and it turned out to be like, not a good call. And I'm still today kind of like paying the price. So it's like,
Question,
unless
though.
it's that yeah, then it should be a no.
What if you have a buzz? Because even terrible ideas, when I'm drunk, I'm like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's how I get roped into stuff. I make commitments when I'm drinking.
If I've got a buzz, I think everything is awesome.
Yeah, you should make rules really not to make commitments while you're drinking. I know it's tough because I booked 3 trips over the weekend. But
while you were drinking.
yes, but you got to be able to somehow go back and be going, look, you know what, the booze got the best of me.
So
and
do as I say, not as I do.
Right, exactly.
I
yeah.
promised some
Like
guy.
every dad.
Yeah.
I promised some guy that I'd sit down with him and work on a rock opera. I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
What are you, Queen?
I
No,
think
it's terrible.
I
don't even know why we're talking about that.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, you know what, I got a little on the cocktail train and I got carried away. And I wrote a check that I just can't cash.
Own your tipsy.
Yes, own your tipsy. I think here's the 2 pieces of advice. If it's not a bleep, yeah, it's a no, and own your tipsy. So if you make a dumb commitment while you're a little hammered, just go back and be honest, be going, I really got carried away. I shouldn't have done that.
Fall on the sword or the martini glass.
That's right. That's
Whatever.
pretty much it. Pretty much it. So what I'm always trying to do is I'm trying to figure out, as you are, navigating life with your yeses and nos, but the one thing that I come back to is how important it is. The square root of every successful day is starting off with a good night of sleep.
Yes.
And I have realized that, and I do everything I can to pretty much guard it. And when you have a day where you're not well rested, you realize how off your game you were. And yesterday I wasn't well rested, and man, I just spun around the entire day, and I just couldn't get it going.
Well, you were great. When I saw you when you left, we left that great beer meeting.
Yeah.
And you were going to work out. What
Right.
happened?
Well, it's fine, but it's like I still need a little bit of oomph in the afternoon to get ready for the next day. And I got home, I'm like, I have nothing left. And I needed to. It was like pushing a car up a hill, and there was just the mind wasn't working, and I'm like, this is where it becomes problematic.
It's sleep deprivation.
Yes.
You'll not do anything well.
Right. And so, you know what? I just laid in front and it was one of those things. You ever tried that where I laid down to take a nap and you can't fall asleep?
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Yes.
It's the worst.
Because you're off your schedule.
Your body doesn't know what's going on. It's like, what do you want from me, man?
I get it.
What do you want? So here are the things. These are some sleep myths that are out there that can cause some serious health threats. NYU School of Medicine put this out. Couple little pointers here, because there's probably something in this that you might be doing wrong, and I've done a lot of these things wrong at some point in my life. They say getting by on less than 5 hours of sleep, not good. Some people think they can. Some people claim that they can, but you really can't. What you don't realize is what could be going on internally. While you're doing that, you're raising your risk for cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, strokes, shorter life expectancy.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going, I'm doing great. I need 3 hours of sleep a night and I'm good.
No, you're putting strain on all your organs. You're making them work harder, and they're going to kill you faster.
You say that till you're 60, and then all of a sudden you poof,
Yep, you
fall
drop
over.
dead.
Yeah, it catches up with you.
Have fun with that no retirement.
Booze before bed reduces the body's ability to achieve deep sleep, which people need to function properly. Now, they say, here's the thing. A lot of people are going, a little nightcap. It helps me fall asleep. And it does. But it dramatically reduces the quality of the rest you get that night. So your body's not going into the deep sleep, and you're not getting the rest that you need. You'll fall asleep faster, but it doesn't help you.
You fall asleep in the yard, but you get terrible sleep.
Yeah, you fall asleep in the yard and you text ex-girlfriends. It's a great night.
And then the sprinklers come on, which I've seen happen to Jason. It's pretty funny.
Yes. They say watching TV to sleep could actually cause you more stress just before bed, especially if you're watching the news or murder specials.
Yes.
Yes.
When Panda falls asleep to Monday Night Raw on the USA Network, after Monday Night Raw, guess what comes on? Dateline.
Yeah.
Horrific tales of murder and
They
stabbing.
say it's one of the worst things you can do for sleep.
The only thing more extreme than Monday Night Raw is Monday Night Murder. It really is.
Yes.
Oh, I have that thing on my TV. I have that thing where it's a button you can press, and it's called the sleep mode.
Yeah.
And if you don't touch the remote for 4 hours, the TV automatically turns itself off.
Yeah.
I love this feature.
A lot of them have sleep timers, yeah.
My family went back in and turned off the sleep mode. I can't figure out how to turn it back on.
Oh, really? They don't want the TV to never shut down.
I want it to shut down.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fight.
Yeah, they say kind of like just like a phone or tablet too. The TV screen produces that blue light,
Yes.
which when it goes into your brain, it wakes your brain up, and your brain can't get into that really deep sleep that you need to get kind of like the melatonin going and all those things to repair yourself. So that's why they say, I know a lot of people are going, I got to sleep with the TV on, but you're doing a lot of damage by doing it. And they say that hitting the snooze button could actually make you feel worse. Instead, just get up and go however you feel. They say your body will go back to sleep, but it gets this very light, low-quality sleep. So you're wasting time. You're not getting any value out of it.
I always thought like keeping like the TV on and having maybe a light on or two that would always detract murderers from coming in. I always thought if the TV's on, the murderer's not going to go into that room first. He's going to go to the other rooms first because there's clearly activity in there. Am I off on my thinking with that?
You're off on that thinking because it does a couple things. One, it provides noise to mask the sound of murder, and two, it gives them a light to kill you by.
Okay, well, glad we're working this out.
So that's actually where you go first because you want to take care of the problem. There's obviously a person in this room, so let's go kill them while the noise masks the sound and they're clearly sleeping.
See, the whole time I was doing it wrong, baby.
Hashtag easier to murder.
Yes, that's the wrong thinking. And I thought this was interesting for you, Jaybird. Scientists believe that they've identified the part of the brain that causes bad dreams, which could possibly lead to a way to prevent them one day.
Okay.
They can go in there and find that area and then do something to make it shut up.
Interesting.
All right, so
Yeah.
get rid of your night terrors.
Do you think we'll ever get the technology to be able to record our dreams and watch them back like a movie? Is that invention ever going to happen?
They're working on it right now. They say that how much it takes to map all that out is so crazy intense that, they're able to do small little segments on mice, but they say that it would probably take a while. We're a long ways away from being able to do that. But they're working on things to record
I could not
dreams a little bit.
imagine watching my dreams back. How fascinating would that be?
Oh, it'd be awesome.
You could go back to dreams when you were a kid?
Yeah, and I talked about this. I love talking about sleep because somebody about 2 weeks ago I shared with you, do the sleep journal. Keep a piece of paper and a pen right by your bed. And as you kind of like wake up or the first thing in the morning, write down what it was you were dreaming about, and you'll get better at remembering your dreams as time goes on. Plus, it's a way to remember them. Like the dream that I had right before I woke up, I dreamed nonsensical stuff. I was playing soccer, and I just scored a goal.
Aw, congratulations.
Yeah, but I have dreams that make no sense. Like, I don't have any kind of soccer fascination. I'm not a soccer player, but
Maybe you
I'm good
do.
at my dreams.
But you know what?
Maybe it's a foreshadowing.
Yeah, maybe.
That winning felt good, didn't it?
It did feel good.
Chase that feeling.
Then the alarm went off. I'm like, today
Damn
is
it.
going to be a winning day. No, it's good.
Okay.
Scored the goal. The alarm went off. It's all good, baby.
Bend it, baby.
It's all good.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
It's time. time to gain some knowledge. You learn more here than you would in college. We're the smartest radio station. We are the leaders in education. Is it truth? Is it lies? Kevin's the host, he's got beady eyes. Fact or fiction?
Yeah, baby. That's true. All right, time to learn. You guys ready?
Yes.
So ready.
Need it.
Let's get it.
Okay, what do you think? Is this a fact or fiction, Virginia? Florida is the flattest state in the U.S.
Florida is the flattest.
Yep. No hills, no curves. Just flat. What do you think? Is that fact or is that fiction?
I'm going to say, just based on numbers, zero knowledge, fiction.
Gonna say fiction. I'm gonna say you're wrong.
We're the flattest?
We are the flattest.
Flattest state, yes,
Yep.
in the entire country. I mean, that's topping of Montana. That's topping of Kansas.
I don't know. A lot of plastic surgeons. I don't see a lot of flat girls out there.
Not the women, just the topography.
I knew that one, Kevin.
You did. Okay. Well, you get a chance to shine here, Jay Bird. I got one for you. Fact or fiction? Wi-Fi. We talk about how important it is, but what does it actually stand for? Is this fact or fiction? Wi-Fi is actually short for wireless fidelity.
That, my friend, is absolutely fact. Final answer.
All right. Starting strong here, guys. Starting strong.
Aren't you proud?
Yeah.
I know our families are.
No, actually, Wi-Fi, oddly enough, isn't short for anything.
Ah, that's right. It's kind of like not known for. Got you.
What?
He was going to come up with an
Yes.
example, but he couldn't think of anything.
No, continue on. I
I
wanna-
haven't been sleeping, so there's gonna be a lot of short outs from me today.
Did your Wi-Fi just go out?
My Wi-Fi just went out.
Do you need to go in the radio corner?
Yeah, I think I'm still gonna talk though while I'm in the corner. So
Yeah.
you can't shut this down.
Yeah, the people who created Wi-Fi in the term just liked the name because it rhymed with hi-fi.
Okay.
So they went with Wi-Fi. So it's not short for anything. Now you know.
Interesting.
Fact or fiction, Virginia? A little bit of math here. A 17-inch pizza offers more pizza than two 12-inch pizzas. This is when math is important.
And just knowing pizza.
Yeah. 17-inch pizza offers more actual pizza than two 12-inch. Because to me, I'm thinking 17-inch, but 12 plus 12 is 24. That's the math for me.
It's a trap. This is a Kevin
It's a
trickery question.
Kevin trickery question.
Yep.
But is he double trying to trick me?
Double smug, double trickery. Yes.
There's a lot of layers of trickery going on here, Virginia.
You are such a complicated, layered man.
Oh, I am. Yes, I am. Am I giving you a fact or am I giving you fiction?
I think you're trying to give me a clue.
Okay.
But are you trying to mess me up because you like it when we get a goose
I
egg?
love it. I love when you guys look dumb.
He loves hitting that buzzer sound effect.
Oh, man, it's all day long. Yeah. Gets me going.
I haven't even answered yet.
Oh, sorry.
His hair grows when he hits that buzzer.
Charges it.
I'm going to say you get more pizza with the 17-inch.
Okay, so you're going to say that that is a fact. You are correct, Virginia. Yes, it does. 17 inches is better than two 12-inch.
Look at that.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Not if you got kids in your family that fight over toppings, though. Just get the 212s.
It's
Let
easier,
each
huh?
kid get their own toppings so they don't have World War III.
Oh, I could go for pizza right now. Yeah, all this pizza
Dude,
talk.
when can't you go for
That's
pizza?
a good point. You're right.
You literally are building a pizza empire with this famous pizza blog.
Yes.
We're getting back to that. Well, that's coming back this week.
No
Okay.
pressure.
that
No
anyone really
pressure.
cares.
No pressure.
Fact or fiction here, Jay Bird, it's not pizza, it's tacos.
Ooh, Taco Tuesday. Say Tuesday?
No.
Today's Wednesday. Okay.
It was yesterday. You missed it.
Dang it, I missed Taco Tuesday. I don't know what day it is.
How about Waffle Wednesday?
Okay, now we're
Okay.
talking, baby.
Fact or fiction here, Taco Bell originally started as a hot dog stand.
Oh.
Is that fact or is that fiction?
That is Kevin trickery, but like Virginia's question, is it double trick?
That's what you got to figure out.
Yeah.
Look behind the beady eyes.
Don't look too long though.
What do you think?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell originally started as a hot dog
They
stand.
started tacos selling hot dogs. It's crazy.
Hot Dog Bell.
But is it just crazy
Dong.
enough to be true? Fact. Kevin trickery. Fiction? No, Virginia. Do you know this for a fact?
I don't, but
Stop! You're influencing me. Let me be wrong on my own.
Yes.
I want to help
I'm
you.
good at this.
Okay.
Please.
Fact. Hot Dog Bell was
So
the first
Taco Bell originally started as a hot dog stand. You're saying that is a fact? You are right.
Yes!
Did.
Good job.
Gosh, I feel so smart.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. They originally thought, let's go with some hot dogs. Now let's go with tacos.
So they called it Taco Bell, but they were selling hot dogs?
No, I think they had a different name on it. But the guy who created it, his last name is Bell, and that's where they got the Bell from. He went with hot dogs and didn't work. So he tried tacos. And there you go.
Yeah, hot dogs is a tough sell, it seems like, these days. Not to go on a hot
Well, they
dog.
are, but I think, hot dog carts, there's a lot of those in many cities.
Yeah.
Go to New Orleans, go to New York. There's a lot of hot dog carts. It's a tough business.
I love a lucky dog. When you're drunk, a hot dog is great.
Do you want to do breakfast today? It's on me.
I had a big dinner. I'm good.
Yeah.
Fat Kevin? Nah, what do I even ask? What am I even asking?
All right, what about this? Different kind of dog, the real one. Is this fact or is this fiction? The average dog creates 274 pounds of poo a year.
How much?
274 pounds of poo a year. Is that fact or is that fiction, Virginia?
I mean, average dog. I know Chewy is bigger than average.
Take it easy.
What do you think? Is that dog pumping out 274 pounds of
I mean,
caca?
There's no way.
Chewy does look like a big dumper.
You need to. You're on thin ice.
Pooey?
Don't. No. You're not taking the innocence away from my dog.
I'm not taking any
But
innocence away.
Smugs Bunny's laughing.
I'm just roasting him a little.
I've seen this picture before. I know how it goes.
It's fun.
So what do you think?
Answer the damn question. You take 9 minutes to answer.
I think it's a fact.
You're going to say it is a fact. Yes, that's true about Pooey.
Really?
274 pounds a year, yeah. The average dog. So obviously some create more than others, but when you average them all out for canines, it's 274.
So Chewy's probably around 320.
Maybe.
Mark, watch your words.
My name's Virginia. Never been Mark.
And finally here, Jaybird, show off that knowledge.
Is this over yet?
No, you guys make the quickest bit the longest.
You're right. We really do. I'm so sorry.
I like to think we make it more colorful.
There you
Okay.
go. That's good.
Fact or fiction, Jaybird, on average, gorillas pee longer than 2 minutes.
Oh, that's got to be a fact.
2 minutes.
Bigger bladders, bigger
Yeah.
just equipment.
Yeah.
Definitely fact.
All right. No, that is fiction. In fact, almost all mammals, including humans, pee for the same amount of time, an average of 21 seconds.
I don't
Yes.
know. There's some peas though. Have you ever had one that's gone on for like 2.5 minutes?
I have, yes. Yes, but they say this is on average. Just kind of when you're on your typical pee. Yeah, 21 seconds. And they say, yes, different species do have different sized bladders, but apparently we all kind of come out the same in the end because it's compensated with their flow. So if you have a bigger bladder, you have less flow.
Do you have the average number on dumping?
How long?
Yeah, what's the
There
average
is a number
dump?
on that, but I don't have it in front of me. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Next time I come in, I'll have all bodily waste stats in front of me. I only had dogs and gorillas today, so I'll remember next time have the entire flow sheet of.
I'm kind of curious.
Yes. Don't come in here with just only 1 or 2 poo facts. You better have the book of poo with you when you come into the KVJ show. Some celebrities having a birthday today include Victoria Beckham. Posh Spice turns 45 today. And Jennifer Garner is 47 today.
She still looks amazing.
They both do. Both doing a great job. They're keeping it together. Also got to say happy birthday to Chad. Love Callie, Vera, Jackson, and CJ.
Chad.
Also got a happy birthday out here to Tyler from yourself. There you go.
Aw, Tyler.
Okay.
Nobody gonna love you like yourself, Tyler. You go
Yeah.
head on.
Also want to wish my son Landon a happy 12th birthday from his sister Lourdes, from brothers Austin and Hunter, Braxton, his fur brother, and mom Ayana.
Happy birthday.
Also, a little shout out to Isabella Iskra, turning 10 years old, from mom, dad Caleb, Lola, and Logan.
Isabella.
Happy 12th birthday to Michael from mom, dad Alex, and Judge the Fish.
Michael. They had a fish named Judge.
Judge.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And a happy birthday to my husband Rich, 30 years, and a happy anniversary too.
Aw.
That's from Naomi. Very
Rich.
nice.
Also, our intern Annabelle, it's her birthday today.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Annabelle.
We love you. She's not our intern anymore. Now she's out doing her own
Oh,
podcast.
yeah. She's a big star
She's
out
in
in LA now.
California.
Yeah.
She's a writer, and we're so proud of her.
Yeah. And happy birthday to Espen. It's ESPN. Yes,
Aw.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, Papa Joey, Mama Christina, and little sister Evie had sent that in. And if you don't know, Espen, the kid, is actually the inspiration for the name of Adam Sandler's kid in the movie Blended with Drew Barrymore.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Espen.
yeah, so Joe was there, and Adam Sandler had come into his restaurant, and he got introduced to Espen. He's like, "That's the coolest name ever. Do you mind if I use that in my movie coming up?" And Joe's like, "Yeah, cool, go ahead."
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, so if you ever see that movie Blended and you see Espen, that's the kid who's having the birthday today.
Very cool.
Yeah, and there's a nice little story behind it. So there you go. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, got a little Would You Rather coming up here in just a couple minutes. A couple things to think about. Like, for instance, would you rather live in the wilderness, far from civilization, or live on the streets of a city as a homeless person?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna make you think here in a second. I'll give you a second to ponder that. Just a second ago, we were playing a little fact or fiction, too, and there's a list out of celebrities with high IQs today.
We're not on it.
Yeah, because we don't have a high IQ and
we're not celebrities.
We missed it in two fronts. Yes.
Maybe one day.
Whiff. Stephen Hawking, Einstein, their IQ's pretty big, about 160. That's a high number. But there are some other celebrities that have above average IQ. So what do you think? Does this celebrity have a notably high IQ? Kim Kardashian, known for having a high IQ. What do you think, Virginia?
I love the show. I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I don't think that she's known for having the super high IQ.
They're going to say no. Yeah, you're correct.
Good. I'm so glad. I thought there was going to be some kind of story spinning it. Oh, she's got a high IQ. She's a great businesswoman. Some kind of bull crap.
Yeah. What do you think about Alicia Keys, Jay Bird?
High IQ, definitely.
Yeah, definitely high IQ. Yeah, 154
Wow, girl.
is her said IQ. What about Kesha, Virginia? I know you love her. Does she have a notably high IQ?
I think she does, actually.
Okay. You're correct, yeah. She's
Yeah.
a 140.
She's classically trained. She comes from like a classical musical family, and she's not just all TikTok, Kev.
Okay. Snooki. What do you think, Jay Bird?
Oh, boy. I don't think she's got the highest of IQs out there.
You're going to say no, you're correct. Yeah, she's not known, at least, for having a high IQ. What about James Franco, Virginia?
James Franco.
Yeah.
I like him.
Pineapple Express, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes. High
say
IQ.
yes?
There's no way he does. He's one of those guys that is on all those projects, and he's studying when he doesn't have to study. He goes to college when he doesn't have to go to college.
Yeah, he is known to have a 130 IQ.
Okay.
Pretty good. Jay Bird, Shia LaBeouf.
I'm going to say he does not have a high IQ.
You're going to say he
Nah,
does
you know,
not-
I'm going to change that. He does have a high. He does. Yes.
Okay. He did not make this list. I don't know if he does or not. He's not known for having a high IQ, but who knows? He's so artsy and avant-garde.
But does that make you have a high IQ just because you're artsy?
Sometimes.
I know
not always.
sometimes.
There are
but-
some key factors you look for. I think it works for James Franco. I'm not sure about Shia LaBeouf.
I mean, if you dress artsy and you act like you're artsy.
I think he lacks common sense, but that doesn't necessarily mean IQ.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
James Franco, hot. Shia LaBeouf, not so much.
Where is James Franco? He's been hiding out.
Yeah, you haven't seen him do a lot of in your face.
What about Cardi B? High celebrity IQ or not, Virginia? What do you think?
I love her.
Yes.
But I'm going to say no.
Yeah, she's not known for it. And what about Madonna, Jay Bird?
I'm going to go Madonna.
She on the list?
She does have a high IQ.
She's known to have a 140 IQ.
Okay.
Madonna is in the smart club. Some of the most biggest genius celebrities that are out there, Matt Damon and Conan O'Brien are both 160.
Wow.
That's right up there with Einstein and Stephen Hawking.
So Matt Damon was not acting in Good Will Hunting.
I guess not. Yeah, he was right up there. Kate Beckinsale, the gorgeous Kate Beckinsale, 152 on hers.
I know Blossom. I forget her name.
Mayim Bialik.
Yeah,
she's
she's
got to
up
be.
there.
She's a scientist.
Is Kate Beckinsale still dating Pete Davidson?
I think the rumors are still out there.
That's a hot couple. I think he is oddly hot, and she is just blatantly hot.
Yeah, he actually started off our topic of ugly hot a while
He
ago. Yeah,
is.
he called himself ugly hot.
He is ugly hot. Kate Beckinsale, nice job.
All right. Moral judgments. Tell me how you would side in this. Would you rather live in the wilderness far from civilization or live on the street of a city as a homeless person?
Give me the woods all day long.
You think that's the right call?
Yeah, I grow a beard.
Yeah, that's completely wrong. There's no way. Because when you're out there, you got to fend for yourself. You're talking about food, drink. You got to build shelter. You got to fend off animals. I think in the city it would be a lot easier. There's a lot of food to come by. There are places that you can use for shelter. You got
Soup
clothes.
kitchen.
Oh, absolutely.
You can make it happen at the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard what you said.
Yeah,
I'm still going with the woods.
Okay. I'd do much better in a city homeless than I would homeless. I mean, you're just homeless out in the will. I mean,
I hear you, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the woods.
It didn't work well for Timberlake. It's not going to work well for you.
I don't like big cities. I'd rather go to the woods.
Oh man, I got. You know what? One of these days, you and I'm going to take you out into the true wilderness, and you can see what it's all about, my friend.
I would be tickled pink, and I'm calling your bluff. I have nothing this weekend. Let's do it.
Well, it takes a while to get there. To me, the wilderness is horrifying.
Jonathan Dickinson State Park doesn't count.
Does not
I
qualify.
don't know, man. If you go in the heat of the summertime, you can feel it.
Okay, here, Virginia, your city.
I'm city, absolutely.
Okay.
Without question.
All right. Well, this is right up your alley, Virginia. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early?
10 minutes late, because I am.
Yes, you are.
I've told Panda, if I die, you better start my funeral 10 minutes late. And you better make note of it, that this is the way I wanted it, because this is the way I went through life, and this is the way I'm going out.
Well, even in death, she's annoying and a diva.
Yeah.
Wow. You got a lot of nerve, lady.
Don't you dare start my stuff on time.
What are you, Jay Bird? Are you 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early?
20 minutes early.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm with you. I think it's stressful when you're late because you're like, and then you got to have some kind of like BS excuse. And if you're always late, you know it's a BS excuse when you're giving
right.
it. When Virginia's like, right, yeah, you BS. Yeah. And then like the people around you are a little bit disgruntled and like, everybody's all mad.
Look, you got to wait for the queen. Sorry.
Okay. Would you rather be famous when you are alive and forgotten when you die, or unknown when you're alive but famous after you die? And that does sometimes happen. There's somebody who they're like, yeah, they died penniless. Nobody knew who they were, and they had maybe an invention or something that they put in motion.
Can I get an amen for Peace Pilgrim? Amen.
Yeah.
Peace
Can't
Pilgrim.
give your own amen.
Peace Pilgrim. She was an older woman who walked for peace. No one really knew who she was.
Still don't.
People do know Peace
She was a
Pilgrim.
hitchhiker who got plowed by the car, right?
She did get hit by a car during her walk for peace, but
Well,
still,
if she hadn't been walking, if she'd have been on a bus, she'd have been alive.
don't you make light of Peace Pilgrim.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
What? Peace Pilgrim and Chewie are the untouchables?
But she was somebody that wasn't well known. I guess
Yeah.
apparently she's not well known now. I'm sorry, Peace
No.
Pilgrim. I tried to have a warm moment.
Not sure that was
for
a great example.
you. All right.
There are a lot of painters I know that had kind of been that way, that they would make art when they were alive. They die destitute, and then after they die, their artwork shoots up in value and they become famous. And you would have thought that they would have lived their whole life in like a lavish palace, but no, they did not. So what do you think, Virginia?
Definitely famous while you're alive so you can reap the benefits.
Yeah, I think so
The
too.
VIP access.
Right.
The posh lifestyle, the private jet. Which
Doesn't matter to me when I'm dead.
Yeah, when you're dead, who cares?
Yeah. Jay Bird?
Yeah, I probably when I'm alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to be like Peace Pilgrim. Peace Pilgrim didn't even know her greatness when she was alive.
It's kind of depressing when you think about
Well,
it.
no, it's supposed to be a positive message, but
I don't know if it is.
you're making it depressing.
She got mowed down by a car.
Yeah, but
Tough,
she
tough
stood
way to
for
go.
something.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. She was laying down.
All right. I'm so sorry, Peace Pilgrim.
Would you rather your shirts be always 2 sizes too big or 1 size too small?
Ooh, this is a tough one.
I think you go 2 sizes too big because you can work with it. You could tie them off. There are things that you could do with them, tuck them in. When they're 1 size too small, and unless you have just a chiseled, awesome body, sometimes like, ooh,
And you hate when
it's not flattering.
the wind happens because it like, puts the the cloth against your belly.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go
talk to Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I'll go to
Patrick.
I'll go 2 sizes too big.
Virginia,
Tell him to me again.
would you rather have a shirt that's 2 sizes too big or one that's 1 size too small?
2 sizes too big.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally here, would you rather go to jail for 4 years for something you didn't do or get away with something horrible you did but always live in fear of being caught?
Oh.
How many years you say?
4 years, you didn't do it, or you get away with something horrible, you did it, but you have to live in fear of being caught.
I take the first one. Give me the 4 years in prison.
Yeah.
Come back out, write a book, do the talk show circuit. You make it work.
Or you're never exonerated.
You still write a book though. You claim you do the making.
It's called If I Did It, here's how I would do it.
Here's another guy that went to prison who was innocent.
Doesn't matter.
People are like, oh yeah, it's a great pitch.
You would still get a book deal. You'd still get on the talk
Oh,
show
I don't
circuit.
know.
Oh, you would. The making the murder people.
How many
love-
guys come out of prison and say, I didn't do it, man?
No, you would be able to do it. You gave me the options. I'm giving 4 years in the clink.
You're
and then
wrong.
We're just telling you why you're wrong.
No, absolutely not. You guys have never survived in prison. That's why you wouldn't pick that one.
I know I'm too fresh fish. I don't want to go.
That would be tough. I'd be afraid of how prison might change me.
4 years?
I would think it'd be good because I'd have a clear conscience. I hadn't done anything wrong. I am the victim in this. And the other account, I made someone else a victim. But you're right. That could really change your life. And that is 4 years you didn't do it.
You come back out with a full-on ponytail, but you're not allowed to do your hair on top, so you're bald on top. You got the ponytail.
It could I could come out an awful person. I might have like all kinds of jail tats and just be a terrible man.
You might come out with a boyfriend.
But you're innocent though in your heart, and you know that. It's only 4 years.
That's what makes me angry.
You could do it though.
So I come out looking for revenge.
It changes you.
It does.
4 years is a
For
long
the worst,
time.
yeah. I went in a nice guy, came out an a-hole.
I still take that one.
You do?
I do.
Okay. I think I still take that, but that's tough. Whenever you watch don't those movies make you so nervous when somebody's on the lam or they're just all around the corner where they're always thinking they're going to get popped or they're going to get caught or something like that?
They do, but
It makes me so anxious, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine living that way.
prison is worse.
They have that one show, and it's real criminals. It's called To Catch a Fugitive, I believe, or Looking for the Fugitive, and they're interviewing these guys from prison, and it's about their tale of how they eluded law for so long, and it goes through their whole case. Then I'm wondering if you're a prisoner in jail and you're getting interviewed and you're on a show, isn't that kind of not really prison? You're getting to go on TV, you're getting to talk on, do interviews. I don't know. It's weird.
It's not really punishment
It's
if
not.
you're a celeb
Exactly.
for doing your bad stuff.
You're right.
Okay. Everybody's got their own reasons on how to answer all those and why. A lot of people were choosing the wilderness over the city. They said it's just tough, the judgment and what it would do to you mentally, having to walk around homeless. They say the people that are around you. And a lot of people texted in and said, yeah, I hate people. Give me the woods.
I hate people.
Yeah, I mean, it does say a lot about you. If you just want to get away from people and go to the woods, look, I mean, I think we can all identify. I just don't want to live there. I think with the animals and Mother Nature and all that, like, I got to get running water.
And the one on going to prison for something you didn't do or staying out for something you did. They said check out the Jay-Z produced Netflix special on Khalif Browder. He went to jail for committing a crime he did not commit, then committed suicide for it after.
Oh.
But now he's known and his family got $17 million. Ooh, that adds another element to the would you rather. Okay, your family gets $17 million, Virginia.
No.
Okay. Again, you're not here to spend it.
If I'm not here to spend it, ain't nobody getting 17 mil.
Yeah, no.
I have
Forget
life
that.
insurance, but it's not a lot. You guys are going to barely get by if I die.
Oh, well, so that's what you're sending out to your family right now. keep me around or you're barely going to get by.
Yes.
Okay, it's good to know. Coming up here in just a couple minutes, we got another round of headphone karaoke disadvantage duets. Kind of taking on the same theme from last week where one person has to sing with headphones while the other has to perform without the lyrics. That's what we're doing, but we're going to have new teams. And NSYNC was at Coachella over the weekend, minus Justin Timberlake, and they performed up on stage.
It's just sync.
Oh, you're right. It is just sync.
Not
Right next to the
NSYNC.
toilet. Yes. Sync performed at Coachella. So we're going to do the same thing coming up next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Over the weekend, Coachella was going on in California as we had our own Tortuga here in South Florida. And one of the big highlights is, oddly enough, South Floridian Ariana Grande brought kind of NSYNC on stage, but
She brought sync on stage.
yeah, we're calling them sync because when there's no Justin Timberlake, it's
Next to the toilet.
yeah, it's not really. It's not really the whole thing. It's kind of like it's like the Heartbreakers without Tom Petty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, hey, yeah, we had Tom. No, you didn't know.
You're a great band, but we kind of need Tom Petty.
Yeah, you kind of need that one.
It's a great example.
It's kind of a big element. Yeah. So what we're going to do, because people went, Gaga went crazy about it. They loved it because Ariana Grande was singing some of the parts and doing songs with them. So they were kind of doing their own little headphone karaoke disadvantage duets. Basically up there, she had to sing with the four guys from Sync. And
from Sync.
they started talking about, hey, maybe we'll get back together. Maybe we'll tour. Maybe
They were riding high.
Maybe we'll do some new music, but we're going to do it all without Justin Timberlake. So people are like, I don't know, is that a good idea or not?
Give Justin 3 more years and another turd album, and I think he's back in the band.
I think Virginia's right. I think give them 3 more years and NSYNC will have a good 1-year run. Oh, they're getting back together.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
I think you still got to wait for Justin Timberlake. I think that's kind of it.
Maybe
So.
you get together now, though, and you work out the kinks, and then he just slides right in 3 years.
Well, you know what would help is if the rest of the guys in the group got themselves so that they were, to me, I would put them on Backstreet Boys level. Those guys still look
Right.
like they haven't skipped a beat. They are shiny. They're physically fit. Their voices are on point.
You got to get in the gym. You got to do the work. Touring is exercise.
it is.
And you got to be in shape for it. We know. We've seen Vince Neil. He did not do the work, and it shows.
Yeah, you got to get yourself ready to go. So, and it's tough because I know Joey's. I think he's got. Is it Fat Ones? Is the name of his
He's
hot
got
dog
a hot
stand?
dog company.
He's got a hot dog
It's gonna
stand in
make it
Orlando.
tricky.
So
Well, you need one that's one that you can kind of identify. Some people identify with a guy that's got a regular body. He should be Joey.
okay.
Doughy agenda over here.
Yes, I have a doughy agenda.
Doughy Fatone.
You know what, Pete?
Okay, that's an amazing name. You have to sing an
You know what?
NSYNC song
Maybe they
today.
should go the other way.
As Doughy Fatone.
It's a lot harder to get in shape. Maybe they should be the Fat Boy Band.
I agree.
Yeah.
The Snack Street Boys instead of the Backstreet.
Street
The
Boys.
Snack Street Boys.
Doughy Fatone.
I can identify with a group like maybe I'd like boy band music if
This
they come
is,
out.
I think, what you need to do. This is where you need to go with this.
Snack Street Boys.
Doughy
Because you're right, it's so hard to get in shape and look good at
It
that
is.
age and sound great.
And it's not getting any easier the older we get.
Yep, I like it. I think you're onto something there. Snack Street Boys starring Doughy Fatone. All right. So what we're going to do here today, we're going to be pairing up. We're going to do new duets. So Virginia, you and I were paired up last week. So we're going to have you draw either Jaybird or Denny's name. And that's who you're going to pair up here with this week.
Oh, we're breaking up the old people. Okay.
Now,
I like it.
now with headphone karaoke, usually what we have is one person has to sing with headphones on, but they have lyrics, but they can't hear their own voice. So that's what one person's going to do in the duet. The other person has got to perform without the lyrics. So, they'll be like, okay, I'm just trying to go off the person who's singing horribly
And
then
hopefully
try to fit in.
I know some of the words.
Right.
For someone like me who doesn't really know these songs that well, should I listen to lyrics or should I just not hear anything?
For you probably want to have the lyrics.
Well, it
Lyrics?
depends on your partner.
Yeah.
Do you know the lyrics better than your partner?
Denny's used to work with these guys. So.
It's true. Bye 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 is the one I'm hoping for. Tearing Up My Heart, I don't really know that well.
Okay. All right, so you're going to get tearing up my heart.
It's been voted upon.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, Regina, who did you draw?
Okay, for my partner, I will be working with Jaybird.
Okay.
The witch and the bird.
Will we fight the whole time? Probably.
Okay.
No, we have to keep it together, man.
Okay. And the song we will be gracing you with is Bye Bye Bye.
Okay.
Sweet.
So Denny's is singing Tearing Up My Heart.
Kind of knew it was going to fall that way, right?
Kind of felt it.
Yeah. Kind of knew
You
that was
threw
going
it
to
in
be
the
the case.
inner.
Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Bye Bye Bye, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I know the chorus. Bye, bye, bye.
Okay, so maybe Jaybird will get the headphones and the lyrics, but you won't be able to hear your voice, and Virginia will just go off of you and try to sing what she knows around the other parts. Okay, we go line for line on this. So Jaybird does one line, Virginia does the next line.
Got it.
And so on and so forth, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
We're doing this right now, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Do you guys
going
want to
in.
go first, or
No,
I
you
think
guys
we
already, Yeah, dialed up. Okay.
You don't have goals?
You got to listen for it and go
He
with it,
wanted to
baby.
go. He wanted to do a little practice.
Okay. Headphone karaoke, disadvantaged duets.
all right, Virginia?
Virginia
Should
and
we
Jaybird.
go shirtless for this? Because boy,
Virginia's got a dress on.
I say let's do it.
I mean, if you need me to take this dress off, I'll do it, but it's not going to be comfortable to be in here.
so it just goes right into it.
It does.
How are we
Okay.
singing?
I don't know. Are we doing line for line? You want to go line for line?
Let's just see what happens.
Okay, here we go. Channel Doey Fatone.
Oh, you got it.
Here we go.
Go line for line.
I'm doing you tonight. Probably gonna start a fight, and I know it's not so right, baby. Come on. Oh yeah.
I'm doing this tonight. It's probably gonna start a fight. I know it can't be wrong, cause
I know
it's
I can't
so-
take anymore. I love it. I need it. I ain't no lie. I gonna leave.
bye bye bye.
Baby, you know it. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye. Never wanna let
Ooh.
you go. I'm just gonna tell you that I've had
Thing or
it
two.
mo.
And
Leave
I'm
me.
baby, cause there
Ain't no lie,
good.
baby. Bye 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 bye.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you wanna be a fool?
Okay, all right. There you go.
I don't even know what was that.
Ooh.
You can hear it.
Right. Wow. Okay,
I don't know
that's
that
team
song.
one there. Virginia and Jaybird. Headphone karaoke, disadvantaged duets.
So sorry.
Denny's, we got to beat that,
I
man.
mean, Denny's.
I mean, come on.
I mean, we're ripe. We're
Okay.
ripe for the win.
All right, so you're going to listen to the song, and I will go without the lyrics. Is that how you want to do it? 'Cause you
Yeah,
say you
that
don't
probably
know very
makes
well.
sense.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, we're doing "Tearing Up My Heart" in sync.
So I'll probably do the first line, then you come in on the next part there.
Absolutely. Okay, let's see what we got here.
I don't understand just why we can't be lovers.
Things are getting out of hand. Tried so hard, but baby, we can't win. Let it go.
Let it go. If you want me, girl, let me know.
I am down on my knees. I can't take it anymore.
You're tearing up my heart when I'm with you. But when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain. With or without you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's so loud.
I mean, you guys definitely won. I wouldn't even get calls.
That's the smell of victory.
You guys know that song. I mean, Kevin knows it so well.
So good.
People want to know how I couldn't even know the words and I had lyrics. Y'all, if you got a song in your ear, you don't know it, and you're trying to work with somebody else, it's so hard.
How did you not know the lyrics when you had them?
I kept losing my place.
Denny's came in the dark horse. He left as the shiny stallion. I mean, that was beautiful, guys.
Okay. All right.
I don't even think we need to get votes.
Probably not.
I mean,
I hate
but I
boy
do
band
want to hear
music.
the insults.
I hate boy band music so much.
Okay. So no votes, only insults.
Yes.
Yeah. And how dumb is Jason? He had the words. I agree. But I had no idea what the hell is it. That's awful. That's so hard to do.
All right.
And I forgot I was singing with Virginia.
We said, let's go line for line. And you sang the whole first chorus.
I didn't know where the line was going. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't pretty.
You can beat me if you want.
No, you're having a rough week.
Oddly enough, people are going, Kevin was way too into that. Like, that
Oh, no, you did good.
You put your heart and soul into it.
why does Kevin know NSYNC so well?
You do, man.
I love how you're getting roasted. And you did a great job.
People go, wait, what's going on with this guy? Why does this middle-aged man know so much about boy bands?
I'm actually kind of happy I don't know that song now.
Okay. All right, coming up here in just a couple of minutes on the KVJ show. Pretty interesting story. Jaybird was going out talking to some tattoo artists. He's going to do a memorial tattoo for Aunt Ann. He's got one for his mom that is on his back. But he was finding out that apparently some of these tattoo artists, boy, they got some stories. Because you think they got interesting people coming in. They're just trying to put permanent ink on somebody's skin that they are really going to love, and sometimes it doesn't go great.
It's a big moment.
It is.
You're seeing somebody at probably one of the biggest moments of their life. You know, putting a tattoo on yourself, that is huge.
And sometimes the person getting the tattoo is distraught. They don't know what's going on, but sometimes the tattoo person is distraught too.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Jaybir's got a pretty fascinating story about that one guy he talked to yesterday. We got for you coming up next. And we've also got something else, Aunt Ann's words of wisdom. Can't wait to hear what this is all about. Yeah, coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Well, if you did not hear the show on Monday, we came back from the weekend with some just terrible news. Unfortunately, over the weekend, Jaybird's Aunt Ann had passed away. She had some medical issues. And then it was just on Friday. It was just such a sudden thing where it just, you thought, okay, there's some testing that's going on to find out what's happening. And then all of a sudden, like on Friday, Jaybird got a call and it's like, things have gotten really bad and really fast.
Well, we didn't know how bad it was until Saturday. My sister kept telling me it's not good, and then I went into the hospital, and when I walked in on Saturday and I locked eyes with her, I knew it was not good. So Saturday was really kind of the day we started to know something was horribly wrong, and then Sunday morning when my sister came over, it's when we found out for sure.
Mm-hmm. So Monday was nothing but a tribute show for Aunt Ann, and deservedly so. And you'll continue to hear lots of the clips and the best moments from Aunt Ann. And Jaybird is already out, as he did with his mother when she passed, got a memorial tattoo that was just fitting of stuff. He's got a cardinal, a piece of pizza, and two things that she loved. And so you've already planned out what you're going to do to have a nice memorial for Aunt Ann for your tattoo. She loved the New York Mets, so you're going to have like a Mets baseball.
Yeah, I actually do not like the Mets, but I'm going to be getting, they have that Met ball logo kind of a thing. I'm going to get that with their name on there.
Yeah. So it's a nice little tribute. And you were talking to a tattoo artist yesterday, and I guess this makes sense. I mean, you think about it. These tattoo artists, they're putting a lot of times memorial tattoos are something that has deep meaning for a lot of people.
Sure.
And regardless of whether or not the tattoo does, you're still putting something permanent on someone's skin, and it hurts them at the same time.
Big time.
So there's a lot.
It's a lot.
There's a lot of factors here where when you're looking at the formula, you can imagine they probably have drama and some pretty fascinating stories of things that may or may not have worked out great.
Well, you got people like me going in there getting emotional it's a big thing for a lot of people. It's an emotional thing.
Yeah. So this tattoo artist was telling Jaybird this story about he himself had gone through a loss in his life and was very sad as he came into work one day and had to give tattoos.
Yeah, his grandmother had just passed, and he was so distraught. He was really close with his grandma, and he had a tattoo appointment to do, and this guy was getting his first tattoo, and he was a Marine, and he wanted the word Marine on the back of his back. And the tattoo guy was so distraught, he thought he said Maureen, and he put the name Maureen.
M-A-U-R.
Yes, he put Maureen.
Maureen.
Yeah, and he said the guy said...
Which is a lovely name.
Yes, it is a lovely name.
Shout out to all my Maureen.
But if you don't have a Maureen in your life and you're a Marine, then yeah, it's probably not the tattoo you want.
And what made it worse was the guy kept on saying Marine. He goes, the guy must have said Marine 3 different times. I kept hearing Maureen. I kept hearing Maureen. He said the Marine guy was so mad about how everything turned out. The Marine guy punched him out. He knocked him out. He punched him.
Semper Fi.
He got knocked out.
Well,
Yeah.
if you are a Marine, what do you do with Maureen? Because it's, I mean, there's a lot more letters, and I mean, sometimes you want to try to work in that. It's kind of hard.
He said he felt so bad about he didn't call the cops, or he just kind of came to and just apologized.
He didn't call the cops.
No, he just.
I don't think you do.
He took the punch.
You don't call the cops to the tattoo parlor.
But
Yeah.
Ever.
Maureen does sound
It does
similar.
Maureen.
But there's got to be more stories out there like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Tattoo's gone wrong.
Well, I mean, I wonder if that goes through. That happens to surgeons. They have tragedy happens to them. Do they got to cancel surgery when something's going on? Is that how people get the wrong organ taken out of their
Yeah,
body?
if you're going
question.
into surgery and your surgeon is weeping uncontrollably, you're like, can we reschedule?
I'm free on Friday.
Right.
Even if they're the best surgeon in the land, if they're having a breakdown before surgery, let's reschedule this thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's easy to do. Well, Jay Bird was telling me that apparently with his Aunt Ann, and we had talked about this just even on Monday. My mom had done this with her grandfather. He was known for his stories. And as he was getting older, they said, we clearly are not going to have this man forever. So they sat down with him and they said, please start telling us some stories. And they've got great tapes of my grandfather, telling these great stories that they had heard since they were kids, little girls, and had grown up with. And it's just for them so comforting and so awesome to be able to have those. And it's really something too if my mom's really into kind of like tracing back her lineage.
Yes.
And so to have that and not only have the name of the person that's on the family tree, but some audio and stories to go with it to kind of like add some color to the branches, it's some special stuff. And so with Aunt Ann, they had gone to her and said, you've got a lot of wisdom. That's what happens as you spend more and more years on this planet, is hopefully you learn a thing or two. And you got some things to tell the younger generation, be like, hey, here's some things that I've learned in my time. And so you guys did this with Aunt Ann and kind of like put down her words of wisdom that she would say.
Yeah, the blue, my sister Becky just said, hey, about a month ago, she goes, you need to write down the stuff, just like you're saying, because you got wisdom. And I do believe that. I think we should look to the elderly and more at, they got stories to tell us. There's a reason why they're around. There's teachings for us. I really believe that. I kind of feel like here in the States, a lot of times we take older people and put them away and don't kind of admire what they've gone through. Not to say there's not a-hole old people out there, but people that got something to offer just by being out there, I think that's a big deal.
It's doing it the right way is keeping them involved and learning from them. Mm-hmm. I love that.
And some of the things she wrote are, typical things a lot of people would say, I'd imagine. You got your cliche ones, like the first one she put, be kind to yourself. I know that's but there's something there. You got to be kind to yourself.
It's a good square root of life.
It is. The second one was to be kind to all people.
Yeah.
To be,
Except Kevin.
Yeah, I think there is an
there
except,
is a
yes.
parentheses, except for Kevin and sometimes Virginia. This one I like. I think it's directed to Kevin as well. Think before you speak. Think before you speak.
Okay.
And I think she also is saying that to herself too, because us Penningtons, we know how to put our foot in our mouth. You'll like this one, Kev. She said, pray each day. Mm-hmm. Whether it's to, if you're religious or if you're not, you don't have to be religious to pray. That can be something, you do by yourself.
I tell a lot of people, because you don't do this with the smartphones and the distractions and the noise that you have, is whatever you do, if nothing else, you need to find about 2 minutes of silence to just get your own thoughts together and listen to those voices that are speaking wisdom to you. Because there are a lot of things that even your subconscious picks up that you're trying to tell yourself, that when you're so busy and distracted, you don't listen.
I mean, Denny isn't a religious guy, but he does what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He quiets his mind. It's
Yeah.
a form of meditation. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Meditation, prayer, all that.
Whatever it is you do with
whatever gets you calm and centered.
Yeah.
She put, take the time to think of the blessings in your life daily, but
Yes.
consciously
Yeah.
do that.
Gratitude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I do that when I'm falling asleep sometimes. If I can't fall asleep, they say count sheep. No. If you count all the things you're grateful for, that really does put you in a great centered place. And you're like,
Kardashians,
caviar.
Real Housewives.
Yeah.
It's a long
I can
list.
imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to go inside your mind and hear that.
You couldn't handle it.
always enjoy your food if you can.
Okay.
Yes, girl. She's
and
right.
wisdom.
Yeah, there's a really cool Warren Zevon. Do you know who that is? He's
Yeah.
a former singer. He knew he was about to pass away. He was diagnosed with something, and Dave Letterman was asking him a question. He goes, knowing you're going to pass and you have this knowledge, what can you give to the world? And I love this quote. He said, you know what? Enjoy every sandwich.
There you go.
And I think
Yeah.
it means something deeper than what he's saying, but just enjoy every bite, baby.
Yeah, we have good food and we wolf it down.
But enjoy every moment. Don't just don't go through things and rush through them.
Savor it.
Savor. Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to say.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Yes.
That's great wisdom.
And the last one, never forget to tell your loved ones that you love them.
Absolutely.
And that is a big one.
Every chance you get. You don't know.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. That's some really good stuff.
Well, we love you, Jay Bird.
Well, I love y'all too, and I really do love the audience and being so kind to me and my family, even the jerky ones on Twitter.
Even the jerks on Twitter were a little softer this week.
Some of them are. There's always a couple that like to just
People surprise you.
Yeah, some people. We did have one hater that took a break on Monday. He even said he took a break. Back on Tuesday and Wednesday, but yeah.
He saved it.
Yes.
You're right. Probably the easiest game ever. Whose tweet is it? Tweet 1. George Washington definitely grew weed. That's why the Declaration of Independence was first written as "Weed the People" instead of "We the People." Next tweet. You need to give up that goofy-ass clown hat, douchebag. Tweet 3. I followed a lot of so-called experts in my career, and their advice hasn't always panned out. This would be one of those times. And the final tweet here from a KVJ show member. My ass honestly looks like a flat pale pancake. But in a weird way, it's making me hungry. Oh, yeah. I'm ordering pancakes, baby. Hashtag pancake party.
Pancake party!
Yeah. Myself, Virginia J. Bird, Denny's. Let's get them in the right order here. We got Samantha on from Fort Pierce. What's up, Samantha?
Hi, good morning. I'm such a huge fan.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. Well, let's reward you with some tickets here. What is the order? Who was the first tweet?
Denny's.
Okay.
Very good.
What do you think about for the second tweet?
We've got Virginia.
Okay.
Being all aggressive on Twitter.
Well, I was provoked.
Yeah, I don't know why people come after you on Twitter. Maybe they're not scared of the witch. I don't know.
It's a sport. They like it.
So does she, though.
Yeah, it is.
Me
They
and
both
Virgi-
like to dance.
Me and Virginia will fight back with people on social
I'll be
media.
late to pick up my kid from preschool because I'm fighting with some a-hole on Twitter.
I always tell haters, yo, I will cancel everything. I got nothing else going on. I will look up your social information and then we can go tit for tat, baby.
Oh, I will look you up. I do a deep dive.
absolutely.
So you better not have an ugly profile picture. I will find it and I will call you out for that face mole.
I am an Italian with some issues. I got nothing but time and problems.
The third tweet, who do you think that was?
That was Kevin. That was you.
Okay, and your fourth tweet with the pancake butt.
Jay Bird.
Yeah, there you go. All four in the right order. That means you got Mary J. Blige and Nas tickets, Coral Sky Amphitheater on July 11th. Okay, Samantha?
I am so excited. I'm your friend from back home. We've met a couple times back from Ohio.
Oh, you are? How cool. That's so
Yes,
nice.
from
I'm so glad you
Down West in
won.
Logan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited.
Logan.
Wait,
I
so
love you.
when you go back to Ohio, is everybody talking about the Kevin Ralston?
You know it.
Okay, I thought so. I thought they were.
Nice lie, Samantha. All right, you enjoyed that show, okay?
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All right, you
too.
too. Your tickets go on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at livenation.com.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
Oh, yeah. Boy, I really wish that I could hear this song. More trouble in our retirement communities. This one near the villages there in Florida.
Yeah. There's a lot of squirrely stuff going on in the villages.
What happened now?
There is a guy that was there, and apparently he didn't like his neighbor, and so he wrote a little bit of a ditty calling her names, and he's playing the guitar and he's singing it, and she is
Hearing it.
this and then recording it for the police to hear later.
Wait, this is in our area?
Well, the Villages. Yeah, if you go up, a little bit more middle of the state.
Oh,
It's the retirement area.
God, I was thinking you're talking about Village Boulevard where we live.
Oh, okay. No, the Villages is kind of like a whole area that is kind of like sprung up. And there's a lot of retirement issues that are going there, and a lot of people go there to retire, and so it's become this big community. We have a ton of whacked out news stories because it's a lot of people that are older and retired, have money, and all they do is get hammered and crash their golf carts into like lakes and stuff like that.
It sounds fun. That's the way I want to go out.
Oh, so basically Virginia in about 40, 30, I don't know, you're getting old. 30 years? Not the crash in the car.
I know you can't do math, but you're in the same little age bracket as me over
I
there.
get it.
Gray beard.
People tell me I actually look older than you and Kevin, and I'm younger, so I get it. I'll be right there with you.
So here's some reports about this nasty ditty he put together for the neighbor.
There's a neighbor who was a I see her now, she's just a witch. She lives inside a hut, 'cause that woman is a For a new neighbor I'll have to hunt, 'cause that woman is a
Oh boy, look out. Okay. Aha, get it?
Oh, I got it.
Well, she got it, and now he's facing a disorderly conduct charge because of that little song.
It's like folk music rap battle, kind of like a folk battle.
That's what they're doing there. Well, an Indian River County man was wearing a shirt that read, "Don't take life so seriously, it isn't permanent." Ironically, he was arrested for shooting at another man.
Oh, geez.
Yes. The shooter fled to his home, but was arrested after police arrived.
But there is some wisdom to the shirt, not the crime.
Don't take life so seriously, it isn't permanent.
Jeez.
Try to make sure of that. A couple got rescued at a crocodile-infested national park in Australia. They apparently were like stranded on this island and they couldn't get away, and it was guarded by crocodiles. They're like, how are we going to do this? They wrote help in huge letters in the mud, and apparently somebody saw it from an aerial view.
Wow.
Swooped in to get them, yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Didn't work in Castaway.
No, you're right. Doesn't always work. There's a couple in Montana got busted for having sex in a kiddie pool at a resort on Friday.
Guys.
Well, you put the term kiddie pool and then
Kiddie pool?
it doesn't feel right.
Don't do it in the kiddie pool, and definitely don't do it while kiddies are in the pool, which they did. Yeah. They're both facing felony indecent exposure charges for that one.
This is why I don't even go in those public pools anymore. I told you about the last time I was in a public pool. There's a tampon in it. Oh, hell no. Public pools are gross. There was a kid talking. He's in there with his mom. Hey, Mom, I'm peeing in the pool right now. Okay, honey. That's what she says. So
She didn't say stop?
No, the kid's peeing in the pool.
What kind of public pools do you go to?
A gross one. That's why I don't go anymore. The canal's better.
I mean, the grossest. Got tampons and kids peeing.
Grossville's community pool.
I gotta get out. I gotta get out.
This is in Beirut or
I
something.
gotta break free.
There's a couple in Arizona that got charged for hiring a day laborer. He thought he was going to maybe be hanging some shelves or doing something like that. Instead, he wound up with a gun at his head, having to fulfill, quote, sexual fantasy scenarios.
What?
Yes, that's an interesting day at working out. I wonder, does that pay more than hanging shelves?
I don't know, man, but your whacked out news is
Whacked out?
It's making me feel real funny.
There's a woman who went to a Rally's fast food joint in St. Louis a few weeks ago for chocolate ice cream. Here's the thing, though. It's 2:25 in the morning, and they only had vanilla left. I mean, come on. It's 2:25. You got to get what you can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't believe in that. Made her so mad, she smashed her windows with a baseball bat.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. Cops trying to track her down for that one. A guy in Ohio got so upset at a restaurant on Tuesday, he pulled an iguana out of his shirt and threw it at the manager.
Aww.
Out of his shirt?
That's not nice to the iguana.
Does he do magic? Like,
I don't know,
just
man.
an iguana?
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
You know, we got those iguanas living by where we live, Kevin.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they could climb so fast up the tree. I saw one about the
yeah.
size as Kevin's head
Yeah.
run up the tree so quick, Virginia. That's what I'm hearing at night sometimes.
I wasn't going to tell you this on the radio because it's so horrific, but since you brought up iguanas, I hit one the other day.
Like, punched it in the face?
No. Like, with my car.
It was looking at
yes,
her.
I fist fight iguanas on the
It was
weekend.
looking at her funny. She's
What are
like,
you
you know
looking
what? It's rough, man. I get it.
It was awful.
Did you go back and see see if you could help it?
I didn't. I was in a hurry.
Oh, you're cold. Radio's made you cold.
And I had the kids in the car. I didn't want to tell them because they would have been like horrified.
You hit the iguana. They're like, oh, maybe the car's going to come back and save me.
I thought it was a palm frond that fell out of a tree.
Oh,
Because it
no.
was in the middle of the road.
What?
And it was the most bizarre scenario. So I hit it, and then I look in my rear view, and I see it, and it's not happy. And
It's not happy.
It's not happy. It's flailing. And there's a cop behind me.
Oh,
and he
geez.
almost hits it.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going to pull me over. Like I've broken some law,
It's
right?
raining
Well, maybe the
iguanas.
iguana was on the lamb and the cop was chasing it.
Maybe
I don't know.
so.
There's a lot to unpack with that
They just
story.
fall from the trees.
I did not get pulled over.
Well, they run so fast, not to mansplain iguanas, but they ran so fast, it was doing the Jesus. I saw it walking / running on the canal. Like, the magical iguanas.
They can run on water?
Kevin, this thing did not, it took a good 10 seconds before it finally sunk in the water. I don't know, maybe I'm living by the magical iguanas, but...
They can run on water. They can't run faster than a Chevy Tahoe, though.
Yes.
Sorry, poor
that's their
bastard.
kryptonite.
Rest in peace.
Poor sweet iguana.
I know. I felt terrible.
They learned how to run on water because that's where Virginia's Tahoe can't go. That's the only way they get away. Head to the water. She can't get us there. Well, we got so many invasive species here in South Florida. You're always learning something new about them. Virginia hit an iguana, you'd said, right?
I said I was sorry, but
Yeah.
it
He didn't take it well?
it came out of nowhere.
Just, it kind of like fell from the tree, or it just was boom, here 1 second and gone the next?
Here 1 second and gone the next. I thought I saw something and I thought it was a piece of a tree. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't swerve because there was a car in the lane next to me.
Right.
And what am I going to do? Hit a car and not hit a piece of tree?
They always say that that's the one rule about, we got them squirrels all over the place. And
I got babies in the back seat. I
Yep.
am not doing anything stupid.
Well, that's what they tell you. They say you should never swerve for an animal because it usually compromises your safety or someone else's.
Gotta tell you, man, I don't know if it's just my area, but the squirrels in my area where I live, they all seem like they've got the biggest packages on them. It's insane. They're always standing to eat.
Storing nuts for the winter?
I mean, it is. And me and Denny's were looking at that. We go, what is in the water here in West Palm with these squirrels?
Really?
Do you notice that where you live?
It's been a long time since I've ever looked at squirrels' nuts.
Why are you looking at squirrels sexually?
I'm not. You are. Where I live at, there is always some kind of animal activity going on, whether it's these big-ass ostrich-looking birds coming down for a couple days and then they're out of town. The squirrels walk around like they're in a gang. They got something to prove. They got some macho-ness to them, and they stand up while they eat. And their private parts, I've got the picture to prove it.
You should do like a chicken.
I gotta find
one
it.
photo.
You should face off with them and take yours out too.
Isn't there a big Photoshop gag of a squirrel with a really large, and you're like, oh, wow, that thing's impressive, but isn't that a gag?
Look, these are not trick squirrels. These squirrels are the real deal, and they're flexing their muscles, so to speak.
They haven't been photoshopped, Kevin. He's seeing them in the flesh.
Then again, this is the same guy who thought the fake duck in the canal had a big old
Pipe duck.
Pipe duck.
I thought a bird landed on a pipe duck, and they were having a great moment
You
together.
love nature, but you don't know a lot about it.
There's a lot of things I love that I'm not good at.
Somebody had said, too, you were talking about the lizards that were walking on water?
Yes.
The Jesus lizards? Now, those aren't iguanas like what Virginia was talking about.
No, I'm telling you, these are iguanas that I have living by my house. I know what an iguana is. This is an iguana, man. I know I'm bad at
You're
He
doubling
knows
down.
squirrel balls and he knows iguanas.
Okay.
I'm double downing on my iguana. Give me an iguana quiz.
Apparently we can. Well, they say that these are called basilisk lizards, and they've got specialized feet, and they run on water, and some of them even run on two legs.
Shut up. They run on water and they're built to do it?
Yes.
This thing was a Jesus lizard. It was magical.
So it was a basilisk is what you saw then, not an iguana.
Kevin,
I like Jesus lizard. This close to Easter, I think it's respectful.
You're still doubling down that it was an iguana that is somehow, maybe it's a cross between an iguana and a basilisk lizard.
I can clearly hear the smuggy tone in your voice.
I
I'm
just
not
want to
double.
clarify what you're saying here.
I'm not double downing. I'm triple downing. I saw a Jesus iguana. Quote me.
Okay, so it was, you swear by, it was an iguana, not a basilisk lizard that was walking on water.
I didn't stutter.
And after
Okay.
it walked on water, it did the sign of the cross.
No, now Virginia's being silly. Don't take away from my story.
Oh, and this is just sad, sweet irony. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, my brother once swerved to avoid hitting a rabbit. He ended up rolling the car.
See?
Yep, and then ironically landed on top of the rabbit in a ditch.
Oh, damn. Not a
That's
happy
just,
ending.
No, that doesn't work. That didn't work out for anyone in that story. See, that's why it's just terrible, huh?
It's awful, but I can't swerve and do something dumb for the lizard. I feel bad for the iguana.
Okay,
Yeah.
I finally found that squirrel picture. I know you guys are waiting for it. The
Would
one
you go to squirreldong.com?
I go to my private collection.
Oh, you got your own squirrel
Well,
dong
I'm a-
collection.
My collection of people's privates.
No.
That's why it's called my private collection.
Don't make this creepy.
It's my privates collection.
You know there's pictures of Chewy in there.
No, dude, not take the innocence from my dog. Chewy's one of the sweetest entities on the planet, and
I bet he
He
is.
ain't like that. Oh, whatever. Get a dog. You hate animals.
I do not. I just hate iguanas.
Okay.
Iguanas, they do make me feel weird. They're always milling around our place.
All right. Well, we're trying to learn here about the animals that we've got running around here. So Jay Bird is pulling out the photo. Do you have? Is it?
Yeah, I just showed it. So, yeah,
Yeah,
there
is
it
it-
is right
no,
there.
His screen is so cracked you can't see it.
Running from them damn squirrels. They scare me. Can you see? Look at that thing. That's one of the smaller ones.
But could that actually be? Are you sure that's a male squirrel?
Yes, I am.
You think those are boobs?
No,
No,
boobs.
not
no, you gotta
boobs.
look, I'm talking about the genitals.
Talking about something else. I don't know.
You think
That-
it might
I think it's labia?
oh my gosh. Well, then not only are
That girl's been getting worked over.
I told him maybe it is a chick. I don't know.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
I don't know.
Hand me this cracked phone so I
Yeah.
can see.
Watch your fingers. You might cut them.
I'm not sure.
Either way, Kev, the private parts of the squirrels over in the villages are immense.
Massive.
They are.
He seems to be smiling for the picture
I
too,
know.
which is the most fantastic part.
I told you.
Male or female, this squirrel is proud of their junk.
These squirrels walk around like they're bigger than life.
Well, if your privates look like that, you'd be a little boastful too.
Oh, I get why they got swagger.
Somebody said, and this is the lesson. I stopped for an iguana and caused a 4-car accident, but the iguana lived.
Oh, my God.
And the iguana was on the side laughing at you. Ah, we got him.
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently I'm saying basilisk wrong. I don't know what these lizards are, however you pronounce it. Somebody said,
Just
you
say-
say it like sea bass. What?
No.
It's a bass lizard?
Now, y'all don't know what I saw.
It's a Jesus lizard.
It's a-
I've never
Jesus
heard of it. Don't know
iguana.
how to pronounce. I don't know what it is, but there you go. Apparently they exist. So they were saying if you see a lizard running across water, that's what it is.
Iguana don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Basilisk. There you go.
The great
People
debate.
are yelling
Bothering
at
so
Kevin.
many people. Basilisk.
I just love when Kevin gets yelled at.
Oh, we all like when the other person gets yelled at.
Yes. Learning about lizards today. And they are, man. Every year there's more and more of them all over the place.
I kind of feel like we're learning about a lot like squirrels as well.
Yeah. Today's been a very educational show. Gotta tell you. Been a lot of stuff going on here today. We were learning earlier about animals on Fact or Fiction.
Yeah, you brought the heat with Fact or Fiction.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good round.
Yeah. Somebody accused me of reusing those facts. I'm like, no, those are brand new.
Yeah, that's Denny's act. When Denny's, anytime Kevin's out, he'll do the whacked out news. And I'm not kidding. Like the last 2 times you were out,
Denny's.
Denny's posting
We heard
old,
that.
old stories, and the audience and us really turn on Denny's.
It got real bad for him real quick.
He did.
And it was awesome.
The first 2 stories he did were stories you had already done. Like, Denny's, what are you doing, man? You're bringing this ship down.
People were threatening him with bodily harm, and he didn't take it well, so it made him more nervous. And then the rest of the stories that he had were new. He just terrible delivered. He was so upset with the threats.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
He got it.
That's just tough stuff. I saw this story, and a lot of people in the world's been locked into the fire that happened at Notre Dame in Paris. Salma Hayek's billionaire husband is going to be putting in $113 million for the renovations.
Wow.
They're up close to $700 million now in donations, people said, to try to help rebuild and restore the church. The French president had said that the cathedral is probably going to take about 5 years to rebuild from the damage that they had in just that 7-hour-long fire, but architects are saying it might take decades before that thing is fully rebuilt. And just, I mean, crazy. And I think they interviewed like 30 people yesterday trying to be like going, okay, how did this happen? Who's the dum-dum that lit the fire? What's going on here?
There was restoration projects going on. I guarantee you it was one of those clowns. Think about it.
Yeah, I think they have multiple companies, so it must have been that like multiple finger pointing.
Wasn't
like,
me.
Who just about burned down Notre Dame? Him.
It was Philippe. No, it was Jacques.
Jacques. Ooh,
It was not
Philippe.
me. Sacre bleu.
But I heard some people that had been there. It seemed like as I was checking onto social media, either everyone has been to Notre Dame or it's on their bucket list to go to Notre Dame. Everybody just wanted to be so a part of that story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have either.
Kind of makes you want to watch Rudy, doesn't it?
No.
Kevin hates Rudy.
That's right. Kevin ruined the movie.
The movie
Rudy
of
for-
lies.
I loved Rudy until Kevin told me it's all based on lies, and everyone
All based on
everyone
lies.
Everyone up there hates the Rudigers.
They don't even like Rudy. Wasn't a hero.
Terrible. Yeah, just terrible. Yeah, so I saw that, but I was kind of thinking because a lot of people were saying, yeah, that's like the coolest thing I'd ever seen. A lot of people said, yeah, Notre Dame is the coolest thing you'll ever see. And I guess if we want to see it in its all glory, we're going to have to wait maybe possibly even decades to do it.
Wow.
But if you had to whittle it down, what would you say is the coolest thing you've ever seen? I'll give you a second to think about it. What is the coolest thing that you have ever seen?
Ever seen?
Yes, with your own naked eyes.
I don't know. The debut of Kevin's hair. When you didn't tell us,
yeah.
and you just walked in the studio, and
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes, me and Virginia kept eyeballing each other, going,
Yeah.
like communicating
Yeah.
without communicating, going, "What's up with our boy's hair?" That was kind of like
That was a cool
We do that a lot.
magnificent, Yeah.
Whenever anything's fishy, we look at each other with that, what's going on?
Well, that happened when you came in with all that Botox and you looked like you were surprised for a month. Me and Kevin were communicating with each other's eyeballs without
Yeah.
saying anything.
Why is Virginia laughing or?
But for KVJ moments, that
I decided to get Botox, and remember I got my lips filled in a little bit on
Yeah.
the same day?
Oh, it was-
So my face wasn't moving, but I had these big duck lips.
It was an odd day.
You
It's
con-
gone down.
you constantly look like you were walking into a surprise party.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy. So what would you say? Coolest thing you've ever seen? You can let us know at the KVJ Show.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/KVJ Show.
A lot of people have been saying as Notre Dame had caught fire that when it was standing before the fire, most incredible thing they'd ever seen. If you had to like rank it out, what would you say is the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life? Now, you're going to have personal moments that affect you, and just the fact that you're there, birth of kids, all that kind of stuff is going to be one of the coolest things. Whoa, that's amazing. But what would you say, coolest thing that you have ever seen? Is there something you just like, wow, it impressed you so much, you're like, oh my goodness, takes your breath away?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People call me crazy. I
Yeah.
don't give a crap.
Yeah.
The paranormal stuff I have seen is absolutely insane. When I lived at that one apartment where there was
Yeah.
an unsolved murder above me, there was crazy stuff going on in my place. I mean, I was, delving into the Ouija board.
What your
And-
eyeballs saw, what is the one thing that just made you be like, oh my goodness?
Two things. One time there was a like a shelf basket thingy on the wall. The thing flew off so violently.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where it wasn't falling. It flew off of the wall. The other time was when I was in the shower and a quick old dead looking woman appeared. I was on no drugs. I was not drinking.
That is crazy.
It was creepy. It was boom in the shower, gone like that. Now people say I was hallucinating. It felt real to me, damn it.
Tricked
Yeah.
ya.
Those are the most, you got me? That's the most fascinating things I've ever seen.
See, and I would put something, if you had to rank out what I would like to have is the coolest thing you've ever seen, something that is not there always. Now, you can list all these things, and people are hitting it up being like, oh, yeah, I saw this. Like, even when you say Notre Dame, or you say, like for me, like the Wailing Wall's amazing in Jerusalem, or like a half dome out in Yosemite, but those things are always there. To me, what would be the coolest thing is to see something that, wow, like it was a well-known event that I got to see in person. To me, that's like ultimately impressive, or like what Jaybird's talking about. We're just like, holy crap.
You got to see Dale Earnhardt, or is it Was it Earn, number 3?
Number 3.
Yeah, you were there when he passed.
I was.
Did you see it?
I don't care that much about NASCAR, so it's not on my list. But yeah, I mean, I saw the wreck. It didn't look that bad, and he died. It was crazy. I was there. I think cooler than that, though, was being at Mardi Gras after the Saints won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the Saints were in the parades, and all the people, normally, we party hard at Mardi Gras, but we really partied hard after we won the Super Bowl. It was joyous. There were tears. There were people hugging each other, didn't know each other in the streets. It was beautiful.
One of the, this may not be a big moment for you, but I thought it was so cool only because this guy was kind of talking down to Kevin when we were doing that one golf tournament.
Yeah.
And Kevin, we looked like,
I remember
we
this.
looked like we just got off of the Caddyshack bus. We just did not belong.
I was barefoot.
You were barefoot.
Drinking canned beer on the golf course, and he's like, oh, I can show you how to hit that ball if you want me to, sir. Kevin's like, nah, I got it. And Kevin stuck the most awesome golf shot right in front of this pro, and the guy was speechless. He didn't think Kevin could hit a golf ball, and you nailed
Put
it.
2 inches from the cup.
2 inches from the cup.
You nailed it, and then you went, I'm out. You dropped the club, and you didn't putt or golf again all day.
No, I drove off, yeah.
That was it.
You look like a hillbilly.
Everybody was like, who is that legend?
I walked up barefoot, put my beer down right by the tee, jacked it 2 inches from the cup. I just threw I don't even think I took the club. I just walked off.
Yeah, no,
what just happened?
It was the first time Kevin acted like a man.
Yes.
That's a moment.
That was a moment.
And he shut the smug golf guy up. It was
and
great.
everybody was there to see it.
You would have thought I did it. I was telling you, see what Kevin did?
Yeah, so to me, if you had to say like the coolest or just most amazing thing that you saw, it would be one of those moments where, wow, this is just something that it's not always here.
Yes.
You know, it's a moment in time, and my eyeballs saw it, and I got the story to tell forever. So that's what I think is really cool.
Me and Denny thought we saw Vince Neil shopping and walking out of Walmart. We were wrong about that.
Kevin said cool things.
That would have been cool for Kevin. He loves Motley Crue.
No.
We've had Vince in here.
Yeah.
Not that impressive.
Yeah, but shopping at Walmart, that's different. It's a different level.
Yeah, it's lower. It's a different level.
What would have been cool, I wasn't there, but I know Vince had passed out, I think, at his hotel, and they had to get him to come meet Mayor Frankel. And I think they had to kick his door down and drag him out.
No.
That would have been good to see. Now, that would have been impressive.
He wouldn't meet Mayor Frankel. He was passed out.
It's not that he wouldn't. He couldn't.
Or he couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't.
He wasn't big leaguing her. He just couldn't walk.
That's a great story.
Yeah, that was the issue with that.
I've been seeing Frankel a lot on TV.
Yeah, I saw her a couple weeks ago. She sent her love to you guys. She's doing great.
She's doing great. I miss her. I love her.
Mm-hmm. She's fantastic. I was talking to somebody over the weekend, and they showed me a photo of this car. It looks like a James Bondy kind of car. It's like I call it Aston Martin.
Okay.
Oh, I think is the name of it. Oh,
yeah, those are awesome.
my goodness. And this one like big roller guy was talking about, he's like, I got myself an Aston Martin, and apparently when they bring your car out to you, they sit you down in this amazing leather chair. They hand you a glass of champagne. They play this dramatic music. They dim the lights. Smoke starts coming from the walls, and they open up this big old curtain, and there sits your car. And it's spinning around. I'm like, what? That's unbelievable. You don't get that with a Toyota.
You do not.
I'm just like, my goodness. Now that's getting a car, right?
That is fancy.
What's the HP on that Aston Martin?
I don't know what that is.
Horsepower. Come on. I thought you were a metalhead.
Oh, I think they all differ. It depends on what kind of car you get. I don't think it's all just one HP.
If you're talking, Aston Martin, what year?
Ashton? Like Kutcher? Ashton Kutcher Martin.
Horsepower Pennington.
Ashton Martin.
Clearly, I'm so classy. I don't even know the name of the damn car.
Ashton. Yes. There you go.
Man, I just looked up how much is an Aston Martin.
Okay, let's play the game. Okay. Well, what do you have the year and all that stuff?
I do.
Okay.
So let's go. Here's the one that comes up first. 2018 Aston Martin DB11 with a 5.2 liter engine.
And we all know what DB stands for.
Well, yeah.
Douchebag.
Yes.
Because that's what you are if you spend this much money on a car. You're a douchebag.
Okay, Aston Martin 2018 DB11 is going to go for $345,000. My guess.
Okay. Kevin's bid is in. Price is Right rules. Jay Bird, what's your bid?
Well, I need to know what kind of T-mish they have. Transmission. What kind of transmission?
5.2. I told you.
Okay, my bad. Sorry, I was thinking about the HP.
Who's the DB now?
I will go. 93,000.
Price is Right rules. Jay Bird wins.
What?
Actual retail
Really?
price $216,000.
Really?
Kevin, you've overbid.
You know what? Yeah. I was hanging at that one little event. What is the name of that car? It's a fancy one.
Aston
Anyway.
Martin.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yes, you were at the opening of the new Rolls Royce party. I saw your pictures. Very jealous over here.
Well, because I endorsed Brayman, they had that, and somehow I slid my name on the guest list and just saw the price on one of them things.
Well, me and Jay Bird, we were in Maseratis from off lease only, so
Yeah.
We were.
we were.
When?
In Gay Pride Parade.
Yes, we were. And it was a great time, Kevin. I don't know about cars. Clearly, Aston Martin.
Ashton Martin.
I don't. People ask me, hey, what kind of car was that person driving? I don't know. It was red. It was shiny. Had good air conditioning.
Good air condition.
My brother went with me to get my truck, and he could not believe what I was telling the car dealer. He's like, yeah, I just want something that's kind of shiny, has good air conditioning. I can hear my music real clear. It's like, you're an idiot.
But you are the
that what your brother
favorite
said or
kind
the
of
sales guy?
customer.
And he couldn't believe how quick it took to get my truck. I mean, I was done with the car in 20 minutes.
That's the sticker price. All right, I'll take it.
I was.
He
It
gets
was
a car quicker than you can get a Big Mac.
You're not even kidding. It was about 20 minutes. I was like, sticker price, good. Let's go. I wanted it over with.
All good, man. Let's roll.
Look at you listening to the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF. Lucky.
Yeah. Gotta learn stuff about cars. We were talking about some of the fancy ones, like the Ashton
Kutcher?
Ashton Kutcher Martin.
Yes.
Master Kutcher Martin.
Yeah, Jaybird, big gearhead.
I kept on saying metalhead. I meant gearhead. I apologize. It was very confusing.
So you're wrong on multi-level.
People, are you guys talking about heavy metal or cars? I can't tell.
We don't know.
And somebody texted in and said the 5.2 is actually the liters in the engine, not the transmission. Big gearheads on the KVJ show.
Oh, yeah. It's not the T-Mish. The T-Mish is more of an HP horsepower issue, Virginia.
Yeah, nobody has to tell us. We're a bunch of grease monkeys. No big deal.
We are so not gearheads. Not one of us, including Denny's and Suits, knows a damn thing about cars.
So impressive. So impressive. Coming up, we got the After the Show podcast. And some of the wealth of information is going to continue on. I'm going to be telling you about a new procedure for men called Scrotox.
I saw this. And Virginia's going to want me to do it. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to get Scrotox done.
Why? It wears off.
Some of us like our nards the way they are. They're distinguished. They're growing old and graceful.
Yes. What is it and how do you get it? And also, a real-life story I didn't get to yesterday. It could be a horror movie from Marianna, Florida, where Jaybird went to school for college. It was about a school there and the chilling thing they found underground out back of the school.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's like one of those boarding schools that they talked about the taskmasters that were there, twisted, evil, did horrible things with some of the students.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It was just a crazy story. That
It's
I'm like going,
real?
It's a real life story from a very spooky part of Florida.
Oh, yes. I lived there for a year, Virginia. The tales I could tell. They're not that scary.
Yeah, so that's just some of the stuff we got coming up on the After the Show podcast.
Oh, you sold me.
Okay, it's time to get a little bit more wisdom out here. Already we had some with the great Ann thoughts that she'd written down. All really good stuff. Go back
Beautiful.
and listen to those. I thought they were as well. So what does her nephew have to bring to the table today?
Some people feel the rain. Others just get wet. Let that soak in, if you will.
Oh.
Soak. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did
Make it
there.
rain.
Your decision-making skills are on point. You're listening to the KVJ show on 97.9 WRMF.